All the gossip. The Rumor Report. Gossip. With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
Well, Meek Mill has announced his Motivation Tour. Now, his new album, Championships, comes out this Friday, and he's going to kick off his tour February 19th in Miami. He has 16 stops ending in Atlanta, Georgia on March 24th. He's also partnered with Foot Locker and Puma. They're going to be doing some special Championships exclusives. He also shared an op-ed in the New York Times announcing his new criminal justice reform organization. And, of course, he is arguing publicly for prison reform. It's reformnow.com. You can go look at that website to see what Meek Mill plans to do about fighting laws that affect black and brown people disproportionately. Here is what he has to say about prisoners needing a new set of rights.
The criminal justice system has a set of rights created to protect you. But do you think it's really protecting us? You had a right to remain silent, but that really means you had a right to be silenced, doubted, interrogated, suspected. The color of your skin can and will be used against you in a court of law. You had a right to be innocent until proven guilty. But somehow, about 47% of the wrongly convicted are black. And if you don't remain perfect, the most honest mistake, you're going to join us, the 80% who come back to prison within 5 years, as I did.
That's all facts right there. Listen, man, sometimes God has things happen to you so he can work through you, and he's definitely working through Meek Mill. That's why I don't believe in good or bad experiences. It's all part of one long process and experience. All experiences can be used.
And it's so true. He's talking about the reality about African Americans and Latinos who come from poverty-stricken neighborhoods are assigned public defenders too overburdened to do anything in most cases other than negotiate the most favorable plea deal, regardless of whether you're guilty or innocent.
Well, they assign public defenders because they can't afford to have attorneys, right?
That's what he just said, if you're poverty-stricken. So that's why you go to reformnow.com. You can sign up there to find out what you can do to help demand stronger prison rehab programs, to update probation policies, shorter probationary periods, and improve bail system, and also balance sentencing structures.
Drop one of Clues bombs for Meek Mill, damn it.
Well, shout to Meek.
He bounced back from back to back in a huge way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now, Oprah, her mother has passed away. She was 83 years old. She released a statement on her mom's death. She said, "Thank you all for your kind words and condolences regarding my mother, Vernita Lee's passing. It gives our family great comfort knowing she lived a good life and is now at peace."
She passed away a couple of days ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I thought it was yesterday.
No, I think
she died on
she
Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Grandma.
Now, she was, Oprah was at first raised by her grandmother, and then she actually moved to Milwaukee when she was, I think, 6 years old to go live with her mom, who was a virtual stranger. Oprah said that her relationship with her mom was rocky because they were separated for so long. She was asking her things like, what is a mother? What are you supposed to feel about your mother? That's also when she was molested by her cousin and abused by an uncle. A lot of information about that. They actually had a reconciliation on Oprah's show back in 1990. That's when Oprah's personal stylist gave her a makeover. They repaired their relationship from when they were younger because it was very strained.
Well, you know I'm a Pinkett Smith Winfrey Knowles Carter. That's my last name. So that's Grandma.
All right, now Amanda Bynes is on the cover of Paper Magazine's annual Break the Internet issue. You guys know that issue. Remember Kim Kardashian was on it with that picture, Break the Internet?
With the champagne on a butt or something?
Now, she talks about a lot of different things, like getting started off on Nickelodeon and how she ended up getting so addicted to drugs and her drug abuse issues. She discussed being in the movie She's the Man back in 2006. She dressed in drag, and she said it was an interesting experience after that shoot ended. She said when the movie came out and I saw it, I went into a deep depression for 4 to 6 months because I didn't like how I looked when I was a boy. I never told anyone that. And then she said it was like an out-of-body experience. And then back in 2007, she was cast in Hairspray, and that's around the time she started using Adderall. She saw a magazine article discussing how Adderall is the new skinny pill, which makes you have side effects like you have a decreased appetite and weight loss. So she wanted to get skinny, so she got addicted to Adderall. And she said she regrets taking that pill because it started to affect her work. She was doing hall pass, and she remembers, she said, being in the trailer and chewing the Adderall, and she just couldn't remember her lines. She couldn't memorize anything, and she looked at herself in the mirror and thought her arm looked fat, and after that, she decided to quit and just walked off the set and never came back.
Wow.
Yeah, so she gives a lot of information on here about her drug abuse issues and trying things like cocaine and ecstasy and how she would get high and tweet crazy things. And she said in turn that would get headlines, and she actually feels really bad and ashamed and embarrassed about some of the things that she would tweet out. She said, my advice to anyone who is struggling with substance abuse would be to really be careful because drugs can really take a hold of your life.
I'm all for second chances, and I love rehabilitation. But boy, when white people want to clean up one of their own, they really know how to do it, huh? When a black or brown person, if a black or brown person had the drug-induced past Amanda Bynes had and was wilding out like that, the media would never let them forget about it. But with Amanda Bynes, they clean her up, do one interview about it, and move on. She'll be back being the belle of the ball. With black people, they demonize us forever.
Well, she also said everybody's different, but she said, you know, for herself, a lot of things that she did were gateway drugs, and she never did heroin or meth or anything like that. But certain things that you think are harmless, they may actually affect you in a more harmful way.
I think cocaine
Who the
is
hell
harmless.
thinks meth and cocaine is harmless?
Yeah, I think cocaine is harmful.
No, she didn't
Who
do
the hell
meth.
thinks heroin is harmless?
No, she said she never did heroin,
Oh.
and she never did meth. And she said certain things like you might think ecstasy is harmless because she did that, but it really can affect different
Ecstasy
people
puts
in
holes
different
in your
ways.
brain. Mm-hmm. That's what I always was told. I don't know if that's true or not.
All right,
But it's
well,
a good fun fact to repeat because it makes kids not do it.
I'm Angela Yee, and that's your rumor report.
All right,
You
thank
see what
you,
it did
Miss
for Kim
Yee.
Kardashian.
What did it do? You have to
That's
explain to
just-
people what did it do
Oh,
for her?
well, we'll talk about it more in rumors, but she said it did make her do a sex tape with Ray J.